Hey yogis, it's Julia. This week we're going to break down the half vinyasa, and we're going to throw in a few options for building up more arm strength as well. Next week we're going to work on Shirshasana headstand and focus a little bit more on that. So building up strength this week so that we can support ourselves in other postures. So we'll break down downward facing dog to high plank pose, to chaturanga, to upward facing dog and cobra, and then back to downward facing dog. Okay, so we'll start off building the foundation for downward facing dog. So spread your fingers wide, pressing all 10 finger pads into the mat. Okay, and you want your your wrist creases to be parallel with the top edge of your mat. Okay. As we move through downward facing dog, we're going to externally rotate the upper arms. So when you do that, notice how the knuckle of the index finger and the thumb, especially the index finger, lifts. So you really want to press that area down, so that's an area to focus on, definitely. Okay, and then from here you'll tuck your toes behind you, maybe walk them back further, and then hips come up towards the sky. Good. Okay, so start with a bend in your knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Okay. Again, externally rotate the upper arms, so you're drawing the eyes of the elbows towards each other and the armpits towards each other, and then pressing the chest towards the thighs. Then begin to straighten the legs, drawing the heels down towards the mat. So you're going to widen the sit bones and reach them high, tilting the tailbone up towards the ceiling, keeping the knees parallel. Then work to straighten them, draw the heels down towards the mat. From here, draw the shoulders over the wrists, coming into plank pose, making a straight line from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Plug the arm bones in, melt the heart forward. Option 1, drop the knees, chest and chin. Keep the heart lifted. Melt the belly down towards the mat. Untuck the toes. Press all 10 toes into the mat. Relax your glutes and engage your quadriceps. And then peel your chest up, coming up into low cobra or into high cobra. Keep the elbows in at the sides. Again, pressing down into the knuckle of the index finger. Shoulders away from the ears. And slowly lower. 2 options here. Okay, tuck the toes. Press yourself up. Come back to downward facing dog. The next option is one if you want to build up more arm strength. So you'll tuck the toes, but you'll lift the kneecaps this time. Engage your core. Press yourself up to plank. And then back to down dog. Good, that's option 1. Option 2, plank pose. Okay, and then press forward onto your toes. So your heels are coming forward and your shoulders are coming over your wrists, so past your wrists. Keep the heart forward, lower halfway. Inhale, roll over the toes to upward facing dog. And then exhale, roll back over the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Option to build up more strength, come back to upward facing dog. Okay, and then from here, you'll still tuck the toes and lift the hips, but then you're going to bend into your elbows, back down to chaturanga, press back up to plank, back to down dog. Good. And those are the 2 options that you have for taking the half vinyasa. Couple of fun variations in there as well for building up arm strength. So yeah, I will see you this week in class. We can work on that, or you can work on this at home, and I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.